getting into NFTs and the NFT marketplace. And speaking of which, some of us have noticed that there have been some updates on the Randomly website. What can you tell us about some of the interesting screenshots we're seeing on there?
It's a really interesting space, and we've been sitting on Randomly for a little while, and waiting for the appropriate opportunity to come along. We looked at the traditional art, those types of things, such as we've done with another project. I didn't feel that was a space that I wanted to enter into because it was already sort of done. In reviewing what is the next industry in the space, it's carbon credits. Carbon credits is being recognised by a number of speakers out there that are a lot more informed than myself, but they're seeing this as bigger than crypto, bigger than gold, any of those sorts of markets. And if I were to look at what we have as the opportunity, we've got a platform. We've got some really good relationships that we've forged in this space. We're very, very close to wanting to launch. There is a substantial opportunity within this crypto or the carbon credits type of model, and adding NFTs to it so that it's actually a lot more secure. Our review of the carbon credit space is substantial. It's almost like a perfect storm coming to where you have a community that's wanting to do a great thing for the environment. So we've got a community involvement where my sons and friends and everyone, they're all trying to do their bit, whether it's the recycling, whether it's driving less, all of those types of things which you can do as an individual basis. So we've got this massive community push behind it. Then you've got the government that have come in and have regulated this business of helping the environment through carbon credits. And in doing that, what I see is this huge potential and opportunity for us to be involved in this type of industry. And how do I see that that's going to be like a perfect storm? You've got government regulators regulating this space. You've got community that really want this space. And then above all of that, we don't have enough supply. If we took all the supply of all the carbon credits today, there wouldn't be enough to support the top 5 companies in the world. So that is supply and demand, I see as a beautiful opportunity, because you've got government regulating it, you've got community that want it, so there's no negativity on that. It's not like increasing a tax and going, oh God, another tax. This is something that people do want and they will pay for. It's being implemented on flights and all sorts of things. And then you've got the other side, there's not enough. So if you're going to enter into an industry which would be seen as what's the future is getting projects, talking to industry, being involved. And we're going to use probably the same type of model that what we've used in the past. And that is, we will get the best of breed in regards to the people that do the evaluation. We'll get the best of breed in regards to the products. Then we will then go out to industry. We've already been approached by some very big industry players in regards to supply. Can you get us product? That they're desperate for product. And we're talking massive organizations here. And it doesn't matter if they're a bank or an oil company or a transport company, whether it's an accounting firm. The accounting firm has a footprint. They drive to work, they run their lights, they've got energy and consumption. So you've got from the small business to the person that wants to do something at home, right through to their business, to then middle business, right up to the large corporates. And they're going to have to do it. Now, the US at the moment has not regulated, but you've got Germany, you've got Australia, you've got UK, you've got Switzerland, New Zealand. All those countries that are currently regulated is around about 17% of GDP. Now, 17% of the GDP have to go to this by 2030. That is just a massive market. Now, if other countries catch up, and we're not talking about China or Russia because their concerns are not about the environment yet, but they will come. But you've got other countries, Africa, massive organisation, networks in regards to what they're trying to do there. So it is an exciting opportunity, and we will be getting a little bit more official about this in the next coming weeks, actually. So I'd like to do another update on that, even to the extent that there may even be a name change from the current structure. So yeah, let's leave that to us being able to have another more specific talk, and we may be able to go through the web application and what we're doing. But it's an exciting opportunity, and so we're still in the crypto space. We're still doing those things. We're still forging forward, and we're now currently looking at the opportunity within carbon credits.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. So yeah, and in my limited experience with the carbon credits and things of that nature, to even have one certified or adjudicated is wildly difficult and complex.
Oh, it is. And so again, we've got a new industry. Carbon credits have been here for 20 years, but they haven't really forged forward. You've got, if I could break it down really simplistically, you've got the certified credit, carbon credit. Now, the reason that certified carbon credit has a greater value than what we would say is more of an evaluated carbon credit. So therefore, it may have exactly the same type of value as a certified. The uncertified has not gone through 2 years of rigor, has not gone through $500,000 of compliance, has not got the stamp of approval from the 3 major suppliers that do this. So there's 2 disadvantages there if you don't get a certified, and that is, one, you can't go into an exchange, which means you're limited to be able to sell it. And thirdly, the large organisations won't buy them. But there's a massive cost, so there's a lift. What then happens is you've got the ones that aren't certified but are regulated in their own way, where they might be signed off by KPMG, or one of the large institutions may have government signatures to it. So it's verified, but it just hasn't gone through the due diligence. Now, that also opens up that there's a lot of people going to go, oh, we don't have to get certified, we can still sell them. So again, there's going to be a lot, no different to the crypto space, no different to all industries that grow. There's going to be a lot to be wary of. There's going to be a lot of projects that will fall over in this space. So it's important that we continue to carry forward the type of business model that we've been doing for Helio and the other businesses, to make sure that we don't trip up just for the immediate gain. But there are some pretty exciting projects that we're talking with and exploring. And let's reconvene to bring that up at another day.
Excellent. Well, we will. We'll be watching. So, no, that's fantastic. Well, thanks for giving us an update on that. And yeah, if we can circle around here in a couple of weeks, and whenever you're ready to divulge a little bit more information, you just let us know. We'll hop on the line. And in the meantime, if there's anything that the shareholders, activist shareholders, can be doing to research, just let us know, and we'll put the team to work.
That could be a fantastic opportunity, because it is about finding projects and what are projects out there, and how do you do it? And I guess how does a carbon credit work? And you can't turn around and take a piece of land today and say, and it's got trees on it, and say, hey, I want to turn those into a carbon credit, because they already exist. And so you're not adding anything, because that's already a farm there with trees on it. They exist. If you had a fire break, and your big farms have big fire breaks, and you wanted to regenerate that and turn that into trees, then that would be adding to the overall supply. That would be a form of a carbon credit. If you improve the soil, it's a form of carbon credit. So there's lots of different ways you can do it. Elon Musk, he's had to build a car which uses less fuel and energy and so forth, and leaves a lower footprint, still leaves a footprint. So the difference between a petrol car and an electric car is the carbon credit. So you'll see that he makes a lot of money selling carbon credits back to his competitors that are building petrol cars. That's, if people can understand that, it's if you're just building something that is already in existence, it's not a carbon credit. Otherwise, everyone would be doing it. You know, people with their little farms would be doing it. And then that's the next problem, which I see is where we will probably be focusing, and that is, how do you get small businesses that are like businesses, whether they're farming, whether they're, you know, a marijuana plantation, whether they're shellfish, which is a fantastic form of carbon credits, in fact, higher than planting trees. You'll find that planting trees will become a non-direction into the future because it's very expensive, it ties up a lot of land, and it doesn't produce that much compared to things like shellfish. Algae, for an example, massive producer. Marijuana, which regrows. So this is where industries are going to end up getting a lot of funding to help them expand, and they're going to do that through carbon credits. So your investment into those industries will be via carbon credits, which will in turn have a value. So in theory, it's like a share. So what we will then do is have the exchange vet the product and have the exchange to allow people to come in and buy and trade those shares on the exchange that we have, which is then very exciting because you're then able to forge it. We can add the compliance to it. We can make sure that we're responsible. We can make sure that we've vetted it appropriately. And so that's the area that we're heading into.
Wow. Wow. Exciting stuff. Well, look forward to hearing a lot more about that. And, you know, you've mentioned a whole lot there that I think it gives us something to start going and doing our own due diligence on and kind of learning the industry. So appreciate it.
Oh, look, I appreciate having the chat to you, and look, the more we can get people involved with the products and services that we're offering into the future, I think it's going to be fantastic. Yeah, there's some pretty exciting stuff that we're coming on, and let's do a follow up in the next, as you said, maybe in the next week and a half, 2 weeks.
Wonderful. We will, for sure. Well, John, I really appreciate you coming on again. And, you know, like I say, just keep in touch. Let us know what we can do to help. And we'll talk to you here in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you for the support to shareholders. I appreciate it.